Oh hey guys, welcome back. It's been a few weeks since my last video. I was hoping to make these weekly and wow, that's actually a lot of work, so I totally commend all the YouTubers out there that put out a weekly video every week on the same day. I'm getting to that. I'm getting there, slowly but surely. So what's happened since my last video? Well, one fun thing is I joined improv classes, so get ready for these videos to get a lot funnier. Today what we're going to talk about is, oh, my cat's here. Oh god, there's hair everywhere. Today what we're going to talk about is how to get more work as a photographer. So I'm probably best known for that one video in 2012 that I'll keep referring to, where I was talking about not working for free. So that's not entirely true. Sometimes there are circumstances where you do want to work for free, but you have to be sure that it benefits you and the team that you're working with. So we're gonna call these collaborations. So no matter what line of work you're in as a photographer, you need to have work to showcase in order for people to be able to hire you. Nobody's going to go to your website, see nothing, reach out to you and be like, hey, let's do this photo shoot. It really doesn't happen that way. So you have to start from the ground up by building a portfolio. Doesn't matter what kind of photography you do, whether it's family portraits or, editorial photo shoots, that's how it's done. So the difference between a collaboration and working for free is that when a company reaches out to you and says, hey, will you shoot this advertisement for us for free? That company stands to make a lot of money from you working for free. So, and you have no say with respect to what kind of photography or what the concept is or anything along those lines. Whereas with a collaboration, you and the team do. So when I first started out, I didn't realize that I was actually doing a lot of things right totally by accident. So that was kind of cool. So let's rewind back to 2007 when I got my first digital SLR. One of the things I started doing was networking with other individuals who were interested in modeling, in hair, in makeup, and along those lines, we ended up collaborating on a number of photo shoots. So if you're at the beginning of your career, I would recommend reaching out to people who are models, makeup artists, hairstylists, and pitching some kind of concept. Hey guys, what do you think about this kind of photo shoot? And at the end of that photo shoot, you will provide photos for everybody to use in their portfolios for their promotion. So a collaboration stands to benefit everybody involved, even though there's no money exchanging hands. This is really what I did to start as a photographer. In fact, had I not done that, I would not have a business. My business kind of happened totally by accident as a result of doing tons and tons of collaborations in the early stages of my business. My cat is licking his butt right here. So this also applies if you're doing portraits, let's say outdoor portraits, family portraits, things along those lines. So you can do a model call for people to come to you or basically apply in order to get a photo shoot from you that they will receive photos from and you will use to build your portfolio. A lot of people, I feel like, miss this very key step of like honing their skills as a photographer. It is extremely important that you do spend that time building your portfolio. It doesn't mean that you can't, get paid and do photo shoots as well on the side. Oh, I'm very popular. As long as you're also prioritizing building your portfolio. So I would say back in like 2011, 2012, I did so many editorial photo shoots. This is just a tiny sampling of a few photos from a ton of them. If you've ever done a video call with me, and you see this background, we're in my office. That's what's going on. So yes, back in 2011, 2012, I did so many editorial photo shoots that were collaborations. I ended up sending these and submitting them to various magazines, both locally and internationally, and tons of my work got published. I made front covers like in Spain. It was very kind of surreal. And as a result, I ended up booking so much work from paying clients that I kind of let that fall by the wayside, to be honest with you, when in fact I really should have been prioritizing that and continuing to build my portfolio. So it was a little bit of like a double-edged sword. I ended up getting a lot of work. Oh no! Nobody should ever complain about that, by the way. There are tons of resources that you can use in order to network locally within your community. There are Facebook groups for basically every region in North America, and I'm sure worldwide as well, where you can connect with other photographers or models or makeup artists, hairstylists, or even families for like family photo shoots or portraits, anything along those lines. Definitely use these tools. We're living in a golden age right now for any business because the world is your oyster, for lack of a better expression. You can connect with anybody, anywhere. It's absolutely incredible. So use these tools, reach out to people. You won't know until you ask. If somebody says no, that's literally the worst thing that can happen. Somebody says no. Woo! I think you can survive that. I certainly did. It's totally okay. Now, if you're in a little bit of a better position financially and you want to kind of dive into, let's say, photographing higher end models, then you can always contact modeling agencies in your region or in the nearest big city to you and see how much it costs to actually hire a model for a couple of hours. So you'll find that, let's say, especially with model photography or like editorial photography, if you're starting at the very beginning, you're not going to be able to book those models that are, you know, traveling and like booking magazine covers and stuff like that, because your work simply isn't refined enough for that agency to send that model to you on a creative basis or a collaboration basis where you don't necessarily have to pay them. When you do reach out to a modeling agency, that agency wants to see your work. And if they feel that your work is up to par and can add to that model's portfolio, then they may very well send that model to you for free. So I've worked with tons of models, collaborated on mutually agreeable concepts that worked for them and their agencies and for me and for the hairstylist and for the makeup artist and for the wardrobe stylist, and we all got amazing photos out of it. But modeling agencies especially like if you are intending on submitting the photos for publication. So there are tons of online and print magazines that accept submissions from photographers all over the world in order to get published. So that's a really good way to make yourself stand out. Like, hey, look at my work, it's been published. I mean, who doesn't like that, right? I have some magazines over in that bookcase that I got print versions of too. So it was really cool seeing my work in publications. And I remember one time I did a wedding bridal editorial collaboration that ended up getting published in a very big wedding magazine here in Canada. And I remember I was like at a cottage with my friends and we popped into like a drugstore or convenience store or something, and that magazine was there in the magazine stands, and I was like, oh my god, guys, look, it's my work! So that was really exciting. I totally bought that magazine as well. So this is entirely within reach for anybody. Now, to backtrack a little bit to what I was saying earlier, if, let's say, you do have a little bit of like financial standing to work from, you can hire higher end models instead of kind of working your way up with the newer models or newer talent and into the more experienced talent. So that's kind of a nice way to sort of jumpstart your portfolio as well, because there really is a massive difference with what people can provide for you with respect to their experience and how that translates right into the work, the final product that you produce. At the end of the day, your collaborations are only going to be as good as the weakest member in that team. So make sure that you're working with people that you really do want to work with. But quite frankly, at the end of the day, everything is a learning experience and you should treat it as such. If you ever feel like you are done learning and there is nothing left, GTFO. Because seriously, I've been in this business now since like 2008, basically. I officially registered in 2010. There is really so much to learn, whether it's with respect to lighting or posing techniques. Really, the resources are endless, so use them. Google search. Google it all, I'm serious. Or comment below, ask me if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to help. I really love how many people reached out to me in my previous videos. So cool hearing from you guys, so please don't hesitate. Message me on Facebook or Instagram or comment on this video and I will make sure to respond. So hopefully you found this video pretty informative. I've kind of run through this fairly quickly because I have an appointment in 20 minutes, so I gotta go. Entrepreneur life calls. I'm really excited to continue doing these videos and providing you guys with as much information as I possibly can. Hopefully this hasn't been one massive run-on sentence. And if it has, whatever. Can't be perfect every time. So thank you all so much for joining. Please hit the subscribe button. I'll be putting out lots of new videos every week. I promise. I'm gonna do it every week. I'm gonna make time for it. You guys are so awesome. Thank you so much.